Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to the trade report video for the week of July 9th, 2017. So taking a look at the Dow Jones ETF here, we can see that the market's been kind of choppy over the last couple weeks. Had a nice run up and then just kind of pulled back, tried to make a break and then kind of pulled back again. So still in kind of a choppy period, but I will say that there's been some good action the last, at least Friday there was some good action in the home builders and the biotechs and the building material sector. So the market does look actually pretty good. You know, Thursday's action with this big red candle actually was kind of bearish, thinking this market was going to go lower, but then, you know, a lot of really good setups on Friday's close. So, you know, I'm still, you know, not trading as frequently as I used to. I'm still in this transition process. We should be moving into our house at the end of this month, so we're still in a hotel, and had to get a new cell phone, different things like that. So it's been kind of light for me, but you know, it does look like there's some good opportunities next week. So I'll do my best to kind of be more active on social media and things like that. But regardless, you know, I'll keep sending the nightly trade ideas out, the good setups, and you guys can pick and choose from those as you will. So you don't need me to enter the trades. If the setup's there, you know, just pull the trigger if you see it. But so let's go and take a look at the SPY. Kind of a similar thing, kind of pulled back. If you take a look at, you know, longer term, you can see this was kind of the area at 240. Looks like it kind of, you know, last week pulled back to that area, held, and so now it's back near that support area there. So we'll see how the SPY holds up. IWM, not seeing much, much here from a trend perspective. Still in kind of a range bound area. Got some resistance up here at 142-ish, and then no real clear area of support. Looks like it's held this recent low at 139 area. Looks like it's holding that for now. So not seeing much there. Okay, looking at the IBB. So this is interesting looking chart. So IBB broke out through a long-term resistance right through this area here. Let's say 300, 302. Going back a year, you can see how important that level was. So this is a year chart, and that 302 area was a key level of resistance at 300-ish, 301, 302. So finally broke that, and then you get this pullback, right? So you had a big, nice 3-4 day run up, and now it pulls back and looks like it's consolidating. So this is actually really good, right? So now you just want to see the IBB stabilize and then perk back up. So that'd be the best case scenario, is this thing can kind of stabilize. It looks like it's kind of bottomed out around 308. And then you want to see it kind of perk back up near the 320 area and head for new highs. That'd be the ideal situation. So finding lots of great biotech setups. BCLI is one I really like, and there's some other ones that are just VSTM, so forth, healthcare related stocks with some really good setups for Monday. Also, the home builders. If we take a look at XHB, you know, if you just Thursday's action was pretty bearish, but then, you know, Friday just ramped right back up. So, you know, one day can do a lot to a chart, and we've seen a lot of that with these home builders. And so the home builder sector actually looks pretty good. And looking at DHI, which is one I've been trying to catch, but I just kept getting chopped up, and then finally this thing broke, but I missed it. And you can see the volume on this thing through this area here. You could have got it at 35 or even through this 34.50. So it is what it is. You know, I did miss this one, kind of, you know, regretful, because it was setting up perfectly. The chart was there, but as you can see, it took it, you know, 5-6 days. So most people have, you know, struggle with patience in the market, and you know, I struggle with it too sometimes. But sometimes these moves that you can see coming will take a few days to actually play out, and this is what happened here. And you know, Lennar closed back up near this 54 spot, I believe. So Lennar perked back up and actually looks pretty good if it can clear Friday's high. So right around 54 area. It looks like it could be going higher. Let's see. You know, PHM, another one, broke out. You know, nice move there. This was on the watch list from last week. You know, it kind of cleared this 24.40 and then had a nice push. Let's see, MDC, another one, maybe through this area here through 35, 50, 60. Looks like it wants to go higher. So the home builders they're a little bit tricky, but they do look like they're going higher, and it's just a matter of kind of being patient with these things. Um, okay, next up we'll take a look at PARS, one from last week. Nice break, and this is one that I traded and had a nice 1 day push here on Monday, and so I took some partial profits. And the next day was kind of a choppy. It pulled back, and I closed my position, the rest of my position, but then it just continued going higher. So this is one that I wasn't patient with. But in reality, as long as these things can close above the breakout, that's kind of the key thing with this level here. See, right at 508 ish, right? So it closed right above that. The next day it had a nice flush, stopped a bunch of people out, and it closed right back up that above that level. So that was technically from the key point is a closing price. So this one really pulled back intraday and then closed back above that. So that was still technically holding the breakout, and you can see it had a nice 3 day push there. So, and this one still looks good, but the market's just it's going to do the best to stop you out of your position and fool the most people. But so that's why focusing on the daily closing price is more important for swing trading. Okay, let's see. Yeah, some SUM. Here's another one. Had a nice spot at 2880, and you can see that one closed pretty strong, along with so the home builders and the building material. This is a building material stock. BLD is another one that's been tricky. You see, this had a nice break and then just flushed, and this is one I took a loss on when I had a nice profit. So that's just the market is sometimes like that. But if you take a look at the chart, you can see right around this 54.50-ish, 54.70 in this area. This one does look like it's going to make a move to the upside. So I still like this BLD. So the home builders, building material sector does look strong. Okay, take us a look at some other ones. Let's see, UEC was one from last week. Spot here at around 160. Looks like it's just still flagging out. I would look for this one. So it still looks like a flag, right? So I'd look for this one through maybe 165-ish. So it still looks pretty good. This UEC is a small cap. Uranium energy play. All right, let's see here. What's next? Okay, JK Solar. This one had a decent chart, but now it's just not looking. It looked like it was flagging and tried to break one day, and then it kind of pulled back. So don't see much on this one anymore. Maybe if you can get back up near 21, be worth a trade. So not seeing anything else on JKS. NDRM, here's another bio. Still looks like it's flagging, so it had a big run up, sideways consolidation. So look for this one. If you can get through this 30-60 area for a break. It still looks pretty bullish. It's consolidating right above this recent high of 30. Back here in on March 30.50. So it keeps tapping that, can't break it. So if you can get back up through 30.50 area, be one to watch. Another one looks a lot like this one is EXEL, and this one is this one broke its high from back in early May. So back here, this 24.85-ish from back here, and so now it looks like it's trying to break out of this consolidation, break higher. So this EXEL looks really good for Monday for a nice push, and so right through this 25, 24, it closed 25.27. So I can see this one making a nice push next week as well. EXEL. CORI, here was a nice break. We had the spot at 8, so the big run up, tested 8, consolidated, and then right here on this 8 break, had a nice push on big volume. Kind of gave some back, but still looks really good. Still closed right at the open, or right at Thursday's close, and so this one still looks good. I can see this one just trending higher after this break. Nice strong stock there, CORI. So the bulk shippers, they had a little bit of a run. Looked like they were trying to make some a move, but then they kind of pulled back. So they looks like they still need to consolidate a little more. But this one's spot at 720. If they can get back through 720, it might be worth a watch. The other one was SB. SB looked like it was trying to break through, say, 250, and it pulled back. So nothing yet. So we'll see if this one can get back up there near 250. Then we might be worth a trade. Okay, IPI. This is a phosphate company, fertilizer company, and this one just looks kind of interesting to me. Maybe through 250, you can see right back here was an area of resistance 250. Kind of tapped it here 250, 250. Tried to break here, couldn't break. Tested 250 again. So it just keeps kind of testing that 250. This one can get through 250. Back up near 250 might be worth a trade. So 250 is kind of a key area on this one. If this one can push through that, might be worth a long entry on it. But some of the other ones in the sector, Mosaic, let's see, Potash, AGU, none of those look really good. So you're not really seeing sector strength in the fertilizers. So the trade idea is just so for now. You'd really like to see other stocks in the sector showing similar patterns to give more confidence in the trade. Okay, LAYN. This one looks really good. You see this big break. It had a long downtrend. So it had this big long downtrend. Then you had a big break, and then kind of a flag pattern. So maybe through 9. This one, if they can get through 9, be worth a trade. And the next spot would be up here, say 930 for clear break. So this one looks pretty good. So this one looking for a 9 break, then maybe a 930 test somewhere up here at 928, 29, 30. That would be the next area of resistance. But very nice looking chart there, LAYN. VSTM, one heck of a breakout on this one. It's a nice spot, 240. See, it tested it twice, and then on this day, so it was that Wednesday, closed right there, big volume, right? You can see right there, decent volume, and then just broke loose. As soon as it cleared that 250 area, it just ran. That was a fantastic breakout. I didn't catch it, unfortunately, but I hope some of you guys did. It was the top watch on Wednesday's watch list, nightly watch list, and it had a great breakout. So at this point, if you didn't catch that, maybe it pulls back now after this big break or consolidates, but I don't see anything at this point yet. But if you'd have bought it right there on that break, that's a trigger. So very nice break there on VSTM. Okay, ORMP. I really like this one. This one is a biotech. It's very thin, only trades, 50,000 shares a day. And it's tested this 850 spot right in here twice. Tried to break, and this was back when I tried to trade, I think, a breakout of it, and then it failed. And then it tested it again, 850, so 860 actually. Pulled back, 850 again, 850. So I do think this one is setting up for a move. It's very thin, so just keep that in mind. But I do think this one's going to make a move. Through 850 would be my area to get long on this one. So we'll see if we can get some high relative volume and a move on that ORMP. ABUS, here's another one that's kind of thinly traded. Trades 100,000 a day or less, something like that. But it does have a nice chart. Spot here at 385. Tried to break it on Friday and then pulled back. But it's a nice biotech stock. You see it broke, pulled back, and then tested it and tested again. So it does look good. It's just a thinner name. XON. This one I was looking for this one to test this 25.80 area, and on this day it kind of had a nice push. Looked like you might want to ramp back up here, and then it pulled back. So nothing there at this point. XON, nothing. Looks like it still needs to consolidate. Invax, another bio, setting up kind of an ascending triangle. So here's kind of the resistance area. And then here's a lower trend line. So you can see that. You're looking for a breakthrough 120-ish. And you can see longer term. Well, this is pretty beaten down. Big sell-off. So this one might be worth, breakthrough 120. You could get a push to 130 or 140. It's NVAX. Okay, ONCE got some significant resistance right up here, 65, right around 65, and you can see back in February it tested that area, pulled back, and then now it's back up there again. And you can see that even goes back, if you go back a year, you can see back in October the area was tested, 65. Basically, 65, 66 looks like is the key, real key area on that one. So it's down at 62. So really nothing there until they can actually get to that 66 break would be a good trigger on that one. All right, BCLI. Really, really love this setup, guys. I'll be looking to get long this one probably Monday if I can get in right around the 450 spot. It closed, it actually broke through 450 and then kind of pulled back. And you can see from this candle, 450 was a key area. You can go back here, 450-ish was kind of a resistance. Here, it broke through 450 and then faded. But if we take a look at this 450, a nice kind of area where you can see it tested it right back in here, and then most recently right here, and then now it closed right there. So this BCLI been consolidating for what is this, about 3-4 months, and really like this one. I'll be looking for this one to break through 450, maybe even test 5. So, and you can see it's pretty good volume on Friday, 300,000. So pretty good relative volume. Really like the looks of this BCLI. It'd be one I'm likely to trade on Monday. ATHX, another one, spot at 175. Looks like it tried to break it on Thursday and Friday, and so it's still just trying to push. But I still like the look of it. Kind of volatile. I'd look at, if you're going to trade it, maybe look to get a push towards the 190 area. If the bios are strong, this one could make a move. Not an A+ setup, but just an okay looking setup. Okay, ARQ. Let's see, ARQL. We already looked at that one. Did we look at that one yet? Okay. No, ARQL. Okay, this one spotted around 130. Right, another biotech. So another baby biotech. Decent volume on Friday and last week. Not any real clear level, but just looks like it wants to kind of break through, say 135, maybe test this 144. Would be something to look for. AQRL. Okay, LMAT. This is an A+ setup. This one looks just fantastic for Monday, guys. The spot here at 32. You can see right there on this big green candle, closed right at 32, and then it had a one-day break and then faded, and it had some resistance. So you can see it tested 32, pulled back, tested 32 again here, 32, and then big sell-off. 32, pulled back, and now it closed right at 32. So this one, if on a 32 break, I would use an area. I'd use this low here, kind of a target. So I'd say 29 to 32, right? So they give you a what, $3 target. So 32 breaks, look for a target of say 35. Would be a good target on that one. But this one looks great. This is just a beautiful setup, LMAT. ATRS, another fantastic looking setup for Monday. Spot at 320, 324 area from the highs back here. Big pullback, tested that level, tried to break it, pulled back, and now right back up there. So look for that one to break that, and then make a push higher. That's you can see long term, big uptrend there, big sell off. So I'll be looking for that one to break. That one looks really good. ATRS, A setup for Monday. Okay, AGN, another really good looking setup. This one, yeah, not too thin. Trades about 500,000 a day. You know, can get some big spikes in the 200,000 or 2 million range. But so what you got here, you get this level, big spike, pulled back, breakout, and then a kind of a flag pattern. And so this one looks like if it can get through, say, 414, could see it make a nice push. I'd use this low, maybe 385 to say 414. So take that difference and give you a target somewhere up here at 430. But that's a good looking setup. Clean break would be kind of through this area right here. So 419, 420 area, and then the next spot would be 460. So we'll see how this one does. Looks good. STML is another one. Right, so let's see this 960. I'd look for this one to break out of this little flag. See, ramp up, sideways action, and then a push towards, say, 10, and then maybe even through this high here, 1030 area. So looking for this one to make at least a test of 10 and then maybe higher. Okay, MX, looking for this one through, close it through 10, and then the next spot would be up here, say 1050. But you got some resistance here at 1020, tested 1020 again, and then now it's back near 10. So you can get this one through 10 or even 1020, but it's a nice looking setup. Semiconductor. So yeah, it looks like it wants to test 1020 and then maybe break out through 1020. It's closed just below 10 on Friday. Good looking chart. Okay, let's see. A couple other ones. Take a look at GTXI. It's an interesting looking bio, kind of choppy. Had a big break, pulled back, tested this area up here on this day, 623, and then closed at 570. Pulled back, put in a higher low, and then now it looks like it wants to ramp up through, say, first spot would be 570, and then maybe test up here 630. This is a biotech, and but it just interesting looking chart on this one. Yeah, so I'd take this one through say 550, through 570. Look for a test of say 630 on this one. Okay, NX. This is another building material like BLD and SUM. You can see clear spot here at 2150 back in January in 2017 and December of 16. Had resistance. It tested it twice here, and then again, and now it looks like it wants to break. So this NX, just another building material stock, looks like it's ready to break out and make some new highs. Great looking setup, NX. Okay, RP, another one. These are bigger cap companies. Look for this one to kind of break through this, say, 38 spot. So you can see right here, tested, and now it looks like it's ready to make a move. That's RealPage, RP. And then the last one would be ZGNX, maybe through 15 area if it can break through that. Try to break here, pull back. So maybe it can test 15 and make another run. Okay, guys, that's all I got for now. So some good biotech setups for Monday. The home builders look good, building materials, and so we got some lots of really good looking setups. Take a look at the main watch list. There's several more on the main watch list that look really good as well. All right, guys, have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow.